Okay, Internet people, this is week number 2 of GHERU Reviews Comics for you. Here's hoping that if you like what you see, you go out and buy it, and if you don't like what you see, you didn't get stuck buying it. This week, it's brought to you by my buddy Jameson, so it's a busy week. I'm sorry, I've tried this 3 times and I've always gone over it, so let's get it going. Green Lantern Corps number 30. You know what happened? A bunch of people came back from the dead, caused a nuisance, killed people, and there was a big reveal at the end that another hero came in. It's the same Blackest Night story you've been reading since Blackest Night started. The only really cool thing here was, I can't find the page now and I'm going to be pissed off. Bzzd came back. And that was really, oh yeah, there we go. See, look. That's Bzzd. He was a freaking fly and he ruled. This, instead, is how you do a space book. War of Kings was great. And if you had told me 5 years ago that I'd be wanting to read Nova, Guardians of the Galaxy, and freaking Darkhawk over a Jeff Jones and Peter Tomasi Green Lantern series, I would have stabbed you in the neck. And then 5 years later, I would have had to apologize to your parents for killing you by stabbing you in the neck because you would have been right and I would have been wrong. So I'm glad we didn't have this conversation because I'm glad I didn't kill you. War of Kings, Nova, Guardians of the Galaxy, Gladiator, and freaking Darkhawk. This might be the best Darkhawk storyline ever, and that includes anything Darkhawk has ever been in, because Darkhawk, let's be honest, generally blue chunks. X-Men Dark Avengers Exodus. This was freaking great, and we're going to get into a huge thing about continuity here and how people need to respect it, and this book does. Emma, it's a throwback to what she did with the Sentry and the Void and the White Room, and it's been a while since I've rooted for Scott, and this made me root for Scott. Finally, Osborn got the smackdown he deserves. Ares, oh my god, he got beat by a girl. Ares got his ass handed to him by a motherfucking girl. And it was great. So, that's that with that. I have a question. If anybody out there knows, did they ever get the real Beast? Did they ever rescue him? Before we move on, real quick, I know I already talked about War of Kings and Vulcan. He's not the third Summers brother. I'm sorry. He may be the 18th. He may be the 20th. I don't care. Adam X is the third Summers brother. Recognize. Avengers the list. It really depends on the audience this book is meant for, and the entire The List series. Avengers seems to have been written for people who have read Marvel events recently. Civil War, House of M, Secret Invasion, not in that order. So they don't need to be introduced to the characters. But they need to be introduced to storylines because they don't read the Avengers all the time. Which is why Clint wants to kill Osborn, and he tells us that. Again. I like Bendis. I generally like Bendis. I get why maybe this recapped a lot. I'll tell you this right now. It was freaking sweet. The fight scene ruled. And going back to continuity mattering, you know what? Clint and Carla have a relationship. And it would have made no sense for them not to reference it. And it matters. And I know that only fanboys care about continuity. No. If you establish something, it's established. And as somebody who has every single issue of the Thunderbolts, including the crappy Fight Club version, in a single issue version, and I know this isn't Thunderbolts, hold on, it matters to me that they reference what happened. If you're not reading Hercules, you hate fun. I don't know how else to put it. Best recap page since Cable and Deadpool went off the air. The art is really fun. It's campy. It's what it needs to be. Ooh, look. Blue boobs. Look right there. Boobs that are blue. Blue boobs. That's hard to say. I like Cho's storyline. I actually like the fact they split it up, because eventually it's going to come back. Again, going back to what Fabian did with Thunderbolts towards the end of that, back in the day. Ooh, with Heroes Reborn universe, and I guess now the person who's, Bucky? I don't know. Oh, Nomad. No, the person who's Nomad was in Thunderbolts a while back. I cannot wait, though, for Lil Zeus and Cho to hook up, because that's just going to be funny as hell. I don't know, did anybody 2 weeks ago read Amazing Spider-Man 603 and just be like, oh my fucking god, that was the best issue of Spider-Man I've read in years? Well, now we're back to normal. 604 was back to par. I've been enjoying Brand New Day, I'm not gonna lie. In fact, I didn't even mind One More Day because it got rid of Mary Jane, who I fucking hated and thought she was a horrible wife, and she proved it in One More Day, in my opinion. I don't want to get in that fight, but whatever. 2 weeks ago, The Chameleon story was the greatest Spider-Man book I've read in a very long time. But now we're back to what happened in 602 and 604, with it being stupid. Well, not stupid, just par. I'd say. This didn't do anything for me. Thunderbolts 135. Very, very good book. I like I like Diggle. I guess that's how you pronounce it. I'm horrible at pronouncing names. Obvious reveals are obvious. Hey, the Black Widow's not the Black Widow. She's the Black Widow. Who would have thought the Black Widow was the Black Widow? Go team! But other than that, it was pretty cool. You know how Secret Warriors 8 is going to be. But I will say this. I have no idea what's going on with Ghost. I guess it's a pre-established character. I'm not going to look him up. I like not knowing. Mr. X rules, and Ant-Man's a total complete douche. If Secret Warriors 8 is half as good, I'll be happy. This is a guilty pleasure of mine, Fallen Angel. I like Fallen Angel. I like Peter David. This is Fallen Angel Reborn number 3. I'm not really going to go into detail except to say that Peter David gets Dead Fred, Eleonora, however you pronounce the chick from Angel, very well. Like, it's the best voice that I've had for her since Angel went off the air. Again, like I said last week, the Angel books from IDW suck more balls than all the ball suckers ever sucked in their entire life, combined, exponentially. Just it's a big bag of ball sucking. Not that there's anything wrong with that. A lot of my best friends suck balls. House of Mystery number 17. I really should stop buying this. 2/3 of the time while reading one book, I'm like, why did I waste money on this? I buy it out of habit. I buy it because I do usually kind of almost really enjoy it. That's a really pretty cover. It's kind of actually worth the money alone. Look at that. I don't know why I hadn't noticed that before. If you read this book all the time and haven't read this week's yet, the stories that are in the middle, like that makes it an anthology, skip over it. Stick with the main story. The other thing is stupid and has fish people and they're weird. DMZ number 42. You know how I know this is a good book? It's DM motherfucking Z. I've not read an issue of this yet where I was like, oh, well, that was disappointing. They have a nuke now. I don't know why people aren't reading this. Vertigo books need to sell better. There's a lot that I don't like about Vertigo books, but there's a lot that I love. And DMZ is one that I love. Last week I said Boys would be one of the 3 books that this would be one of the other 2. Get over whatever you think the political message of this book is and read the damn good story. It's a good story. Buy it and trade. Buy this book. Okay. Kick-Ass. Kick-Ass number 7 came out. It's Millar. It's Romano Jr. What I have to say about this is it has been a long time since one issue of a comic made me wait. I want issue 8 now. This was just a great book, and issue 8 can't be anything but a disappointment. Millar can do no wrong recently, except be late all the time. 1985 rocked. Civil War I liked it. Old Man Logan rocked. Kick-Ass, hell's fucking yeah. He got Romano to draw someone taking shots to the nads. I don't know how you get him to do that, but he did it because Kick-Ass kicks ass, and I hate that. I hate that I had to say that. I'm sorry. Young Liars, Volume 2. Last week I said Volume 1 was great. Volume 2 is even better. Lapham, again, horrible pronouncing names. Lapham is the obvious heir to Grant Morrison, when Grant Morrison didn't suck. If you like The Invisibles and you like not knowing what's going on for a while, like having your mind fucked, read Young Liars. It is a great book. You don't know what's going on, but it doesn't make you feel stupid. Because you want to figure it out. You'll read it 3 times until you're like, oh, okay, that makes sense. That's what happened with me in The Invisibles, and eventually you'll figure it out too, because it's fun. It's not what Morrison is, it's what Morrison was. I have about a minute left, so let's have a heart-to-heart. XMen Forever. Number 7. Shut the fuck up, fanboys. Read this book. It's fun. Ignore the art. I'm sorry. The art is not the best, I'll be honest, and the artist has no respect for you as a comic book fan. I know some people don't care about continuity in art from panel to panel. This one's from book to book. Apparently some people got haircuts and dye jobs and changed costumes. Whatever. The story is so much fun. It will remind you children of the late 80s, early 90s why you got into comic books. Jude was right, and I feel horrible for saying that, and whatever. What you need to do to enjoy this book, and I'm going to be honest here, the recap page lies to you. It is not a continuation of X-Men 3. The continuity is all wrong, and yes, it's a word for the day. It's an alternate reality that is hilarious, and what they did with Kitty Pryde rules. My time is up. That's that with that. Read X-Men Forever.